Wow, so this is what a win feels like. Man, I never thought I'd experience this again. Oh man, why does this feel like years since we got a win? Well, in the former 8-game losing streak he lost to Ottawa, Montreal, and Vancouver, it makes it seem like an eternity, doesn't it? Dude, just don't remind me. Hello guys, welcome back to DSFR Game 77, Stars versus Flyers, and the Stars get the result that they, I guess, wanted. 3-2 win in overtime to snap the 8-game losing streak, which would have been 9 games if they lost today. Not only do the Stars get 1 pity point, they get 2 pity points. So wait, that doesn't even exist. Never mind that, let's just get into the game. The first thing I noticed in this game is that Ben got rid of his goatee. Yeah, the first thing that I noticed was that. And it was, I guess, a lucky charm, I guess you could say. Getting rid of the goatee sparked the win and snapped the losing streak. I don't know, magic. Now both teams get a couple penalties early in the game. There was a few missed penalties, but really, this is a really wacky just game from a ref's perspective, because they had some calls that were really iffy and some calls that really should have been made. It was really just a weird game overall for the refs, because some just blatant calls that they didn't make, but some just weird ones, and it didn't really affect too much on the power play and the special teams, but overall, there's lots of weird plays happening with the refs, at least. All the Stars recycling, Roussel gets a puck, he shoots off the boards, and you know who scores. The fax machine puts the Dallas Stars up 1-0. Now, right after that, the Flyers really do come back. They're the better team in this game overall, but Konechny gets the puck, and he gets a great chance, but shoots, and Lennon makes a fantastic pad save. Lennon made, I'd say, 5 saves that he really should have made in this game. He made 5 spectacular saves. None of them were Save of the Year candidates, but they were really fantastic. And without Vicari Letton in this game, they would probably be losing, like 5-3 at least. I mean, the Stars until the overtime didn't really have the offense, but really the Dallas Stars defense was really shaky in this game, and there was some terrible turnovers which I'll get into, but Carleton just saved the Stars' butts quite a few times. Now I say that, then Konechny again gets another chance, he shoots, and Carleton looks dumb on that goal. He ties the game 1-1. Konechny gets a goal there, and I mean, Lennon is one of those goaltenders where he's going to have 5 brilliant saves, put up a stinker goal, and then keep making fantastic saves. I mean, he's a really weird goaltender in that perspective. He makes a pretty bad play there. He was kind of screened sort of by Hamhuis there, but he just kind of was leisurely right there and didn't quite get it with the shoulder, kind of grasped off the shoulder, and he made a few brilliant saves before that, and had to be spoiled with that goal. Now, Hamhuis just gives away the puck to Wayne Simmonds, you know, the Wayne Simmonds, and he makes a fantastic shot, but Carleton is there, and Hamhuis got bailed out quite a few times in this game. He was actually having a decent game, but then he started to make turnover after turnover, and then turnover, and then, in my opinion, started to change. And we go into the first intermission 1-1, and to say that Carleton was the MVP was a bit of an understatement. Now the Flyers are getting way too much room to start the second as they make an easy rush into the Stars zone. I think Wayne Simmonds passes to Provorov, who's wide open in the front of the ice, and then he makes a great shot on Carleton. Not his fault at all. Carleton side, and really the defense completely crumbled on that play. It was like a 3-on-2, but the Flyers just got way too much room on that play. Just Provorov was wide open. Of course, he's a fantastic player, and he's going to snap it on you, and he makes the game up 2-1 for the Philadelphia Flyers. But a few minutes later, they're coming up the zone. The Stars are. Radulov waits, and he's patient with it. He finally decides to shoot, and Richie makes a fantastic deflection, and it just barely goes past Mrazek. And that was a pretty bang-bang play, pretty quick, but Radulov was patient, shoots, and Richie gets a tip in. That was really, really fast play. I mean, Richie barely tipped it, but it was good enough to get it past Mrazek, and the Stars tie it 2-2 after a few minutes of the Philadelphia Flyers leading. Now Simmonds is standing right in front of the slot. Johns is covering him, and Johns decides to not cover him as Wayne Simmonds gets the puck on a fantastic pass, and he scored. Oh, Carleton got that. Carleton, I mean, oh, alright, I mean, the Stars somehow keep him off the board there, and the Stars find themselves still 2-2 off a brilliant Carleton save. Now, Gostisbehere flips over Tyler Seguin, but no call. There's lots of missed calls in this game on really both sides. The refs, again, were weird tonight, calling some really, I'd say, just kind of leisurely calls, leisurely penalties, but then kind of missed that one. And it makes you think what the refs are thinking. Now the Stars are starting to find their game, making a lot of chances, but Mrazek as well starting to find his game. He was fantastic tonight too. He made a few great saves, and overall Mrazek was not to fault here for the Flyers' loss. He made quite a few good saves, and the saves that he had to make were very good. But the Stars struggling to muster offense in the third period, really relying on Kari Lehtonen to save the day. Not really the defense was doing much, the offense wasn't really doing much. Really, the third period, they were just a Kari Lehtonen show and nobody else. The Stars were outshot 18-2 in the third period. Not very good numbers there, but they somehow, some way still hold on. To my surprise, they don't blow with 11 seconds left. To my surprise, they don't blow with 0.4 seconds left. They get to overtime. They get points out of games that they should have taken overtime. What is this Dallas Stars team and what have you done with it? Now overtime happens and the usual chaos coincides, and Sagan and Radulov get a 2-1-0. Yes, those two are alone, and you know, they like to make some magic together. Sagan looking to shoot, he eyes Mrazek dead on. Mrazek looking him dead eye, looking for the shot. Sagan basically pump fakes right to Radulov, who's right there, open for the one-timer, and he scores, and Radulov was super excited, and the bench was hyped as well, and Sagan gets a beautiful goal, or a beautiful pass, right to Radulov, and he gets a great goal there, but man, fantastic play by Sagan. Of course, Mrazek looking for the shot, because, you know, he wants that 40th goal, and he knows that, and he saw it right to Radulov, a great play by him, you know, not the selfish play that we might see from him, and he gets the goal, and Radulov puts the Stars up 3-2 in overtime. I mean, the Stars getting 2 points. I don't know what this is. I don't know how to react to this, really. Because on one hand, you know, the tank is still alive, but on the other hand, you know, playoffs can still happen, so I'm really conflicted. It is very, very, very slim that we make the playoffs, but of course, these 2 points do help. You would like to see the 2 points get Ottawa, Vancouver, and Montreal, but it helps here. And that assist for Sagan marks his 500th point in his NHL career. He's going to get 1,000. That's pretty much a guarantee at this point. I mean, he's like, I don't know what his age, but he's like 25. If he's reasonably going to get 1,000, and I think that's pretty much likely at this point. And he has to really slow down for him to not be. And 500 points, I mean, I'm hoping for a lot more of those with the Dallas Stars. I'm just saying. The Stars 5 points behind a playoff spot. The Blues and the Kings get that wildcard spot while the Colorado Avalanche are right behind them. So they're realistically going to have to get out either St. Louis, Los Angeles, or Colorado if they're going to want to make the playoffs. And really, they could overtake the Avalanche if they start to get cold. No pun intended there, but they're going to have to not just pass one team there, but 2 teams to make the playoffs. And that's a big thing for them. There's going to be 2 teams that are going to miss the playoffs that are in that race. And Dallas could, especially, is the most likely to be that one. But if they do, they're going to have to take over 2 teams, which is especially tough when you only have 5 games left. But again, 2 points helps every single time. So for the next 2 games, we have Minnesota. I think we go into Minnesota for the next game and then back in Dallas for reunion night on the 31st of this month. And those are 2 big games. They don't really affect the standings too much for the Minnesota side of things. I mean, they're trying to get that second spot in the division if they can, but it's not too realistic there. But for the standings, at least it doesn't affect Minnesota too much, at least for Dallas, not as a rival to catch up to them. But for Dallas, those are 2 big games that you need to win. For Dallas to really realistically make the playoffs, they're going to have to win every single game now. And I think the next 6 games or 5 games that is now are all against playoff teams, which, again, makes it a little bit more complicated. But 5 wins if they go on a 6-game winning streak to end the season, that still doesn't guarantee them a playoff spot. And that's the biggest problem with this, is that they dug themselves in a hole so much with that 8-game losing streak that even if they win 6 games, it's not going to guarantee them that spot. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. If I'm going to remove it from my life, I mean, if the Stars decide to win 6 straight, you know, it's going to go in the garbage, but for right now, it's still going to stay. Tanky, as I like to call him, will still stay and watch for now. But again, I can't stress enough, the Stars need to win 6 straight here. If they lose 1 game, I mean, if they lose 1 more game in regulation, it's pretty much over if it wasn't over already. So that's going to, guys. Like, subscribe, did not ring that bell behind. Tell me down below what you thought of this game, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.